This video will show you how to create and manage SOPs for your team so they can independently find and get access to resources. It will enhance communication and collaboration, increase efficiency and productivity, and also improve team onboarding and training. I'm going to show you how to build a standard operating procedure system step by step so you can build along with me, or you can just save time and get the template in the description. Now let's get started with this SOP template. Alright, so here I have a blank page. So in your sidebar, just click on this plus in order to add a new page. I just added an icon and renamed it. And now I'm going to click on this page menu, click on full width to just extend the width of the page. And then I'm going to add in a table database. So just /table, click on table view, select a new table. And then here I'm just going to call this SOP. So the first thing we're going to do is just delete this tag property because we're going to add our own. We're going to hide this database title. And then for aesthetics, we're just going to add a callout box, drag and drop this database inside, and then just rename this callout box to SOPs. And then double click, make it bold, underline it, change the text color, and then also just give it an icon. So the idea here is that this database will be where you store and manage all of your SOPs. And then when you open up one of these pages, you'll have the actual SOP inside. So the first property we're going to add is going to be the stack property, which is just going to be for the department in order to categorize where this SOP is being used. And here we can maybe have the marketing department, maybe we have HR, maybe products. You can just add all of these in, and then what you can do is you can filter this. So you can have a view, which is all the marketing SOPs, a view for all the product SOPs, etc. You can group them as well. I'll show you how to do that later. But for now, let's just stick with this. And then the next property we're going to add is going to be a created time property, as well as a created by property. This is especially useful if you're actually working with a team, because then you can see who created the SOP. And then also this one, which is last edited time and last edited by. So you can see who was the last person to update this SOP. So just last edited by. And if I make changes to this, then it will update the time here. It will show who edited the SOP. And this is set, you can't make changes to these. So as soon as someone creates it, it will show their name, the time, and when someone edits it, you will also see that. And they can't delete that. So if someone accidentally edits an SOP, then you will know who that was and when they've done it. And then we can also add a status property just to sort of be able to filter which are the active SOPs, which ones are done, which ones are not. So here we can maybe have on hold, so not started, in progress, on hold in case there's a reason the SOP isn't finished yet. And then this one we can just change to active. And then what we can do is we can also filter our SOPs view, which we'll do later, to only show all the active SOPs and then have a place to show all the other ones. Now, obviously you can add more properties, which will depend on how you and your team uses Notion. But for now, I'm just going to keep this in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this drop down next to new, and then I'm going to click on new template in order to get started with the actual SOP template. So this template that we're now going to create is going to be applied to every new database entry. So when someone creates a new SOP, they will be able to just fill in this template and be able to have a functional SOP afterwards. So for this template, I'm not going to add a name because the name is going to be the SOP name, but I am going to add an icon. So I'm just going to do this one, and then I'm going to hide these properties because it's not necessary. We can maybe keep the department one and the status, but I'm just going to hide the other ones. And I'm also going to open this template page as a full page. All right, so when you create the SOP, the name will be here. So the actual name of the SOP. Then what you want is you also want to know the purpose of the SOP. So I'm just going to add in purpose. And then I would also recommend just to put in brackets what this part of the SOP is for. So for purpose, this needs to describe why this SOP exists and what it aims to accomplish. And then what you can do here for the callout box, I'm just going to press enter, drag and drop another empty block inside, and then add a bullet point. So just like the minus symbol, press space. And then here I'm just going to double click, make this bold. I'm going to actually make all of this bold. And then this part, I'm just going to gray out. So it looks like that. And I'm maybe going to add another icon. So let's do a green one. Let's do this. And then I'm also going to change the color of this callout box to green. All right, so the first section of the SOP is done. Next, we're going to add the next one, which is also going to be a callout box. And this one is going to be for the scope of the SOP. So this needs to define who and what is affected by this SOP. And then for this callout box, same process, just make everything bold, gray this part out. I'm going to press enter and then just drag and drop this empty block inside and then add a bullet point. And then I'm going to change the icon. Let's go with blue for this one. The scope of the project can maybe be this icon, and then we're also just going to change the color to blue. And then we're going to move on to the next one. So another callout box. This one is going to be for the responsibilities. And then for this one, we're just going to add another icon. Let's go with purple this time. And let's also just change the callout box color to purple. And then also again, just drag and drop the empty block inside and then just add a bullet point. And now this next one is going to be where you actually describe the procedure steps, like the actual steps of the SOP. So for this one, again, same process, procedure steps, just add in the description, make everything bold, gray out the description. And then here, instead of a bullet point, we're going to do a numbered list because it's going to be step 1, 2, and 3. And then for this one, again, just add another icon. So let's go with this one and also just change the color to pink. Next, we have the tools and resources, which is going to be all the tools, files, folders, systems, docs, everything you pretty much need in order to actually perform this SOP. And then for this one, again, the same thing. We're going to add an empty block inside, add a bullet point, and then just change the icon. So let's go with red. Let's select this tool icon and then also change the color to red. And now this last one is going to be revision history. So as soon as someone updates this, you basically just want them to add in the date, their name, and then also just what they've actually updated about this SOP. And for this one, same process. This time we're going to select gray and we're going to choose this icon and then just select gray and then also just add in a bullet point. So in order for someone to add in the date, you just do @today and they will add today's date. You can do @ and then the person, so I can tag myself and then I would just say what I've actually updated about this SOP. And when it comes to adding videos to your SOP, which is kind of important, here you would have the steps lined out. And then what you can do is you can just embed a video and then just drag and drop it underneath each of the steps or under the entire SOP. Or if you just have one video that goes through the SOP, then you can just add another callout box for the video. And yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to this SOP's database. So if I now go back, go to this database, I can delete all of these. And if I add a new database entry, open up this page and then click on this template button, it will load the actual SOP template and I can now just fill these in. So as you can see here, I can now just go ahead and, okay, what's the purpose of this SOP, the scope? I would obviously first define it. So let's say this is, for example, editing, how to edit videos, purpose, scope, responsibilities, the actual steps, tools and resources, and the revision history. I can link this to maybe the marketing department. And then what I can do on this database is I can create another view, which is maybe a list view, hide the database title, just add a space as the name. Maybe we just select this icon. And then here I can group this list view according to the department. So now it will show all the marketing SOPs underneath marketing, same with all the other ones. Or you can also do it a different way. So we can also have a board view. Instead of a list view, you can have a board view. And then instead of grouping it according to the status, which you can also have, we can go here, group by, and then group it by the department. So now all the SOPs shows underneath each department. So it depends on how you want to view the information. But basically, you can have all of your SOPs in one database and you can filter it, you can sort it. So I can go here and I can go to filter and filter all of this to only show the SOPs which has an active status. So if the SOP is not finished yet, then it will not show. You can do that. You can also sort all of the SOPs. So if I go here and maybe just change the status, I can sort this according to the status and maybe make it descending. So now the in progress one will show at the top, not started at the bottom. So it just depends on you. You can also sort and filter it according to the dates. You can add your own date property. And yeah, basically just customize these views according to how you and your team would want to use this SOP's database. And another really important thing is once you're done with your template, you can have multiple templates. So you can have different versions for different departments, maybe different colors. You can color code them. But let's say you just have this one, then you can click on these three dots. You can click on set as default. And now every time you create a new database entry, it will automatically load that template. So you don't have to open this up and click the template button. You can just create a new database entry and there you go. So now if I go ahead and name these, so let's do, for example, uploading. This one can maybe be recruiting, and let's do this one. Let's do copywriting. You can have all of these, tag them. So let's do marketing. This one HR, maybe this one is product. And now I can go here and I have my list view. I can go to group this according to the department. And now I have a database with all of my SOPs. So if I'm an employee, let's say I'm a copywriter and I join this company, I will go here to the product section and click on copywriting. And here I will see exactly what I need to do, my responsibilities and the tools required, the steps. I will be able to just follow this and basically do what the company expects of me. And as the business owner, everything that you're doing, whether it's scripting, uploading, like all of this, like every single thing that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, you just want to SOP it. You just want to turn it into a SOP. You just want to add it to this database, and then you can outsource it. So you can just hire someone, and then here you go. Here's the SOP. They can follow the SOP, and then they can just get like the exact same results as if it were you doing the thing, because you've just essentially documented what you're doing in a way for someone else to just follow and get the same results. So that's how you like outsource. So you can just create SOPs on pretty much everything that you're doing, get someone on Upwork or like a freelancer, and then just tell them like, hey, here's the SOP, follow this. And also important, like when you give someone an SOP, like tell them to follow it step by step, because if they're doing something wrong, then it means the SOP is not up to date. Like you need to update the SOP. It's the SOP's fault. So make sure that if you're hiring someone, like especially if it's a new person, tell them to follow the SOP step by step. And then you can see if there's any errors or things you need to improve inside of the SOP. And there you go. That's the SOPs database. Super simple, super straightforward, and super useful, especially if you're starting to automate, delegate, and outsource work. You need to have this in place because you need to document everything that you're doing so that you can just send it to someone and they can follow it and just get the same results. Otherwise, you're gonna hop on meetings with everyone, do interviews and all of this stuff, which is not necessary. You just give them the SOP, they follow it, and they give you the work that you want them to do. And also when you outsource work through SOPs, it's not going to be 100% perfect, but 80% of a job done by someone else is 100% awesome. Like if you can get someone to do 80% of the work, maybe you just make a few changes here and there, like that's amazing. Like they've saved you a bunch of time, and that is the goal. Like nobody's going to be able to do everything perfectly, especially if they're just following the SOP, but it will help a lot. Like it will save you a bunch of time. So yeah, get this database, create this for yourself, or just get the link in the description. And if you want me and my team of Notion experts to help you with your business operations, then be sure to join Notion for Teams in the description below. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.